Hi there. How are ya? It's Sunday morning. I don't even know what time it is. My husband's out of the house for a little while, so I figured I would do a quick podcast. My name is Lori. You are checking out the Handmade by Lorelei podcast, vlog, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Immediately my nose starts running as soon as I start to talk, so that's where we're at. I am terrible at this. If you are a returning viewer, I just want to thank you very much for coming and seeing what I've been up to. As you already know, I talk about my knitting and making here on my channel. And if you're a new viewer and you are expecting to see a really polished, edited, high quality video, you're probably not going to find it here, unfortunately. This is, I don't do this for a living. This is a way to keep track of what I've been making, and if people end up coming here to watch it, great, you know? And if I can pass on a little bit of information or enable you to buy a pattern or try out some yarn, cool. And otherwise, I just have to get it out of my head that this is going to be some great, fantastic adventure where I go viral. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. So I am slowly coming to grips with that. This little channel is probably going to remain unseen. YouTube doesn't like to show my videos to people, so that's where we're at with that. I have a whole list of things to talk about today, so if you're wanting to see some finished objects, actually I have two. Works in progress, dream knitting, that's what I'm talking about today. I'm also going to show you a couple of bags that I recently finished, because I also sew. And let's get started if you are still here. So my first finished object is what I am wearing. I have styled it exactly how I had hoped. It's perfect. This is the Avalanche sweater by Heidi Kirrmaier. I will go ahead and link my previous video where I talk in length about the sweater and the process. I used Cascade Eco Wool. I used 2 skeins. The colorway is 8018, which is a light gray. I finished this about a week ago, washed and blocked it, and it turned out perfect. The size is just what I wanted. It's very toasty warm. I'm wearing it right now, but it's a little warm, but that's okay, because, you know, I have to wear it. It's finished. I did wear it earlier in the week. Sadly, had to take care of some pilling here. So that's the only negative about this particular yarn, is it does pill. It's very fuzzy, and that's a lot of the reason why it does that. But otherwise, it's extremely comfortable, and I absolutely adore this sweater. Very, very happy with it. Check out that other video. I talk a lot about the process and the pattern and things I encountered while working on it. But otherwise, I think I finished it the day after I recorded that video, so yeah, I had like this much to do on the sleeve, so I got that done, and it's wonderful. I would absolutely knit another one of Heidi Kirrmaier's patterns. I haven't looked yet because I have some other things on my mind that I want to maybe make. So But eventually, if I want to do another sweater, I would definitely consider one of her patterns again. She has really, really fun patterns, and I was very impressed with how well the pattern was written and graded. That was my biggest thing, is I knit it completely to pattern, and I knit the large size, and it's perfect. Like the arms, I did exactly the right amount, well, the suggested amount of decreases, and it was perfect. They're not too tight. They're perfect length. I mean, you can't get any better than that, I don't think. It's hard to show this on this video, but you get it. So that's my first finished object. My second finished object is the shift cowl. Now, I've made a couple of these before. You've probably seen them on my channel. This is a pattern by DreaReneeKnits, and I used Schoppelwolle Edition 3, which is a sport weight. And here it is. Here is the back. So it's knit flat and then seamed up the back, which makes it extremely easy knit. This, however, took me about 4 months to finish, and that's only because during Christmas I was like not knitting at all. So it just took a little extra time. The colors I used, I have the remainders here. English Garden, which is this one here. This did have a lot of pink and yellow in it. You'll see the rainbowy patches are that particular colorway. So that's English Garden. Then Gartentage. I don't know. It's German? I don't know. That one is this dark color. So all of those dark bits that you see like in here and here, that's that one. And then the third one, which is this, is Tante Emma. Tante Emma. Tante means aunt, so Aunt Emma. And this is how much I have left of that one. This color is AA+. They're all great. I wasn't super happy with that rainbowy patch because I was hoping it was going to be a lot more of this kind of stuff. But, you know, the contrast of color is kind of fun. I do like it. This pattern is great because it's, you know, the edging is really nice. It's got I-cord edging. This yarn is like so drapey. You know, it's a little bit floppy. But compared to my other ones, which I used mostly like sock yarns and fingering weight, for some reason this is like really, oh, it's so soft. I mean, like so soft, super soft. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So that is my second finished object. Yay! Okay, moving on. One of my WIPs that I am currently working on, as soon as all of these other things got finished, was my socks. And I finished one sock, and I meant to bring a sock blocker, but I did not. So sorry, but you get the idea. Here it is. This yarn is Berrocco SOcks. I don't know the colorway name. And I cast on the second sock, and here is my progress on that so far. So that's a couple days worth of progress. Here's a ball. I love this colorway. It's wonderful. So how do I knit my socks? Well, I do about 15 rows of ribbing, 2x2. I knit, I usually kind of measure this against my hand. So I start the heel, like I've got this kind of at my wrist here. So I start the heel about here. This is pretty much the length of my foot without the toes. So that's why I use my hand to measure. I did a heel flap and gusset. It's my preferred heel. It always fits me really well. And then I did the foot, and I did a barn toe, which is like a rounded toe. So that looks like. It fits me really well. These are like workhorse socks, like these go in the washer, dryer, and they're perfect. In fact, I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Yep, I knit these two other pair, same yarn. They're looking pretty good. I mean, this one looks like it's maybe felting a tiny bit. Here's the other pair. This is the older of the two. These still look great. No holes. They fit great. They're super warm. They have so many great colors too. These look a little felted too. A little. So I would say I'm due for a new pair, wouldn't you? Yeah, so those are my socks. Not too much to say about those. Shoot, I want to grab another project. This project I'm keeping in my project bag from Buku. I love this bag. It's fantastic. It's got some pockets and it's lined in a canvas. Okay, so I've been knitting a pattern from this book, which is completely falling apart. This is no bueno here, this thing. I'm gonna see if I can find the cover of it. This is WISP, collection number 2 by Farmer's Daughter Fibers. I bought this as a kit with the yarn from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and I'm knitting the Birch Creek Bandana by September Knits, which is Rachel Reese. And I don't even know if there's a better picture of this. I hate this, the way this is bound. It's... Here you go. Big old square bandana shape. I'm knitting it in Foxy Lady and I don't know how to pronounce this. Soka'Pii? I have no idea. Foxy Lady and Rough Customer, which is this colorway, and the Soka'Pii is in Ranch Romance, which is this colorway. And let's see, this is the progress I've made on this so far. Now, I haven't picked this up in quite a while. It's not bad. It's not a bad pattern. I don't know why I put it down, but then the other day I discovered a new podcast, and the girl was knitting one of these, and I said, hey, I think I'm knitting that, and so I dug it out. So I think I'm gonna try to work on this a little bit when I'm not working on the socks. This has clearly been in this bag way too long. This tag is not for any of these things, so I don't know. Anyway, that's a work in progress. a slow work in progress. And the podcast that I was watching is called, her name is Casey. Yeah. I don't know. Put it on the screen right here. Just can't remember. Because when I do this, I can't remember anything. Okay, so let's see. What else am I working on? The Musselborough hat by Ysolda Teague. I didn't even bring it up here. I haven't really worked on it. It's that hat that's knit in that long tube, and then it's like a double knit type of situation. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to bring in here too. Shoot. Okay, so I have been working on like a scrappy project for a while. This is the Aranami shawl by Olgaknits. It's knit on size US 2. And this is it so far. I love it. I love it. I'm just using scrap sock yarn. You know, I've got them all kind of separated by color, lights, pinks. I have a kind of greens in there. Lots of ends to weave in. Maybe I will, maybe I won't bother. Yeah, so it's kind of knit from the bottom up. So like this is the first, this is where I started. It's not hard at all. It's like just little garter petals. It just looks so cool. This will be really awesome if I ever finish it. This has been ongoing for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years now. So that's that work in progress. Another thing that I had been working on is the Alejandra by Joji Locatelli. It's a DK weight shawl and has kind of a garter stitch shawl with some mosaic knitting on the bottom of it. I'll see if I can put a picture in to show you. But I really messed up on the mosaic knitting. I don't know, I've just never done it before, so I really kind of screwed that up. But so I got all the garter done, but then I just have not ripped this back yet. I may just rip this completely out. I don't know if I'm really into this project anymore. It doesn't look bad on the screen, but I did mess up the pattern. It's not supposed to look like that. So this yarn is wonderful. It's Primrose Yarn Co. MCN DK, 3 different colors. I don't remember the names of the colors. Actually 4 different colors. Here's what they look like. I'm not even really a pink person, so, but my friend Sydney gifted me this beautiful yarn and I want to make something with it so that it reminds me of my friend. But I just don't think this is the one. So this is getting frogged and I'm just keeping this in this adorable little basket. Okay, so I'll talk about dream knitting and then I'll show you my bags and then we'll be all done. I got a couple books recently and these are kind of what I'm looking at for my next project. My mother got me 52 Weeks of Socks for Christmas. This is a Lane magazine publisher's book. And it's really lovely. There's lots of really great projects in here. I'm mostly gravitating toward the slippers and the larger yarn socks, like the slipper sock type of things. These I really love. So thinking about those. These are called the Hestia slippers. They're so cool. I also like, I really like Cindy's Choice. Those are by Isabel Kramer. Yeah, so those are a few that I'm thinking about from this lovely book. Jilly, those are cool too. Those are by Einar Birkimbayeva. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. And then I pre-ordered painting shawls by Stephen West. I got this from Stephen and Penelope. It finally came last week. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Just look at the cover. I mean, I just love it. And it's signed by Stephen. Yay. So what am I thinking about in here? I don't know. All of them are great. I'm filming a podcast. Now I have to edit. I'm thinking about painted triangles. Let's see. Painting triangles. Yep, that one's cool. And that, you know, could utilize some scrap yarn. So I'm definitely thinking about that. I also really like painting bricks. But I did some of that when I did the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, so I mean, at least I'm familiar with the stitch technique. Hi, kitty. This is really cool too. If it wasn't a rectangle, I have a hard time knitting like long rectangle scarf type things. I don't know, I get bored like 25% into it, and then, but that pattern is really cool too. So just some things I'm thinking about. Nothing's like set in stone yet. We've had quite a week here. I wasn't going to go into it, but maybe I will. Cassius, my cat Cassius, long story short, has high amounts of protein in his urine that they can't really figure out why or what's happening with that. And they decided to put him on a medication because they're noticing that the protein is going down in his blood, which is not good. It means he's filtering too much protein. So they put him on this medication, which is actually a blood pressure medication. It's called Enalapril, and they give that to cats to kind of slow the filtration rate. This is who I'm talking about. Say hi. Say hi. So last Saturday I got it filled and I gave him one pill. That night he refused to eat dinner, which is very, very rare for a cat that just is very motivated by food. From then on, he just went downhill. Sunday he was completely comatose. He was just staring straight through me and staring at the wall, staring into space. Not responding, not purring, not eating, not drinking, not pooping, not peeing. He was on my bed from 8:30 in the morning until 10:30 that night, until I finally kicked him out of my room. But I ended up having to call the emergency vet because my vet doesn't offer any emergency services. That was unfortunate to find out. And the emergency vet, I did a video call with a vet, and he kind of assured me that I should be okay to wait through the night to take him in to get him checked out. So I took him in on Monday morning and they did blood work and they gave him some fluids because he hadn't been eating. Or actually, they didn't give him fluids that day. They just did blood work. Anyway, he didn't show any signs that everything looked okay. The blood work looked okay, the kidneys looked okay, the liver looked okay. So they basically sent us home, and then he was just the same, in the same condition for 3 more days. It was terrible. It was awful, awful, awful. I don't want to ever go through this again, ever in my life. Like real touch and go. Like so lethargic that I could barely wake him up. And that's never good. It wasn't quite that bad by Wednesday, but Wednesday we took him in and they gave him fluids. And they gave him like an appetite stimulant, which actually helped a lot. And now he's eating and drinking great. And he just doesn't have as much energy right now. But he's at least acting semi-normal, purring, reacting to me when I pet him. Up and around, not sleeping all day. So he's definitely on the mend. But man, oh man. So we think that he had a reaction to that particular medication, and yeah, do I want to put him on another medication? Not really. Not really. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna do. I want to get him well and back to normal before I take any new steps. And I think that the problem is that this is all kind of a pre-kidney disease situation, and he's 9 years old, so this shouldn't be surprising, but I really am not ready to lose him for that, you know, from that. That's seems like something he should be suffering with when he's 15, you know. So anyway, it's been a long week. I'm going to show you a couple bags and then I'm going to go because it's been 30 minutes now. So this is the Gus, I used the pattern called the Gus Tool bag by Indigo Bird Designs, and I've made a bunch of these, and this is one that I currently made for my shop using this gorgeous fabric. I mean, just look at that. It's awesome. I mean, this would be such a great knitting tote, or I actually, for my photos, fill it with like stationery and like fountain pens and things like that to show that you can use this for pretty much anything. You can fill it with Oreos, whatever you want to do, you know. Take all of your crafting supplies on the go. I used like leather handles on this one. It's got pockets all the way around. 2 pockets on the end, that's great for pens and pencils. 3 pockets on this side. It's got a nice box bottom so it sits by itself. Another one that I made is this. The designer of this bag, this is called the Darjeeling Messenger by Minky Kim Designs. This is also on my website for sale if you're interested. This has a great double zipper and then has like a quilted interior. Would fit a laptop or your iPad or a knitting project. And that bird fabric is just incredible, isn't it? I got that at Joann Fabrics. It's like one of their home decor fabrics. Nice long strap for over the shoulder. And then I started doing some more foundation paper piecing, and I did this little bird bag. This bag pattern is one based off of Sotak patterns. Svetlana Sotak is one of my favorite designers. She makes amazing things. What's the matter? Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Exterior pocket on there. It's got an interior pocket. And then it's got a big slip pocket that's magnetic on the back. This is also on my website in case you're interested in checking it out. The front panel is foundation paper piecing pattern by Tartan Kiwi Patterns. I think I found that on Etsy. And I've made a bunch of these. This is one of her Ren patterns. I love how this one turned out. It's so cute. And I used one of my little signature buttons that was made by a friend of mine, Darcy Manzella. She's the designer behind Mamacita Beadworks, and she does pewter things. This little button has my signature on the back side, which is going to be hard to show you. And on the front side, around the outside of the button, it says, the best way out is always through. The best way out is always through. I just put that on the zipper pull. So, my cat's bugging me, so I gotta go. But thank you so much for joining me. If you want to check out my Ravelry page, I'm Lorelei Erdo. If you want to check out my Instagram, I'm Lorelei Hill Erdo. My website is loreleiherdo.com. If you like what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell and you'll get a notification that I've got a new video up. And leave me comments. That's the best part of this, is being able to interact with people that view my videos. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to know whatever, anything, ask me anything in the comments, and I will be sure to respond to you. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you later.